Hello, hello, hello. How are people doing? And welcome back. Who dare, Viking? How are you doing? Glad to see you. Any news? Are you ready to once again interrogate the clown? Because I think I'm ready to interrogate the clown. I think the clown needs interrogating. Turnabout and Big Top. Woke up with a 39 degrees Celsius fever, so not feeling the best. Have you spoken to a GP or anything? That sounds like something you should talk to a GP about. How are you doing, Dar? Oh yeah, now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. How was Din Din? Din Din was good. Unfortunately, the chicken balls arrived a little bit cold, but everything else was good. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. Yeah, I know. Horrific. Dock my town closed on weekends unless absolute emergency. Well, don't feel any obligation to stay here. How are you doing, Toxie? Glad to see you here. Don't feel any obligation to stay here for the stream. If you want to go and rest, just go and rest. I also forgot to do the tags. So, yes, cold balls, unfortunately. And how are you, Toxie? The tag system fucking... Ever since they opened the tags up to anything, it's now a mess trying to make a tag that actually works. Ready for some morally questionable flirting? Isn't that just D&D? Chatty, chill, variety, and gaming. Found me down to 38 degrees Celsius and got most of my mental faculties back. I still can't keep myself from distraction. Well, again, it's all down to what you're happy doing. This is the truth now, get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. But doesn't that need wires? He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there are no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was, how do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. No, that was hilarious. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. No, we completely tore apart Ben and Trillo. Why don't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. Ever heard of someone who hijacks planes? What do you think about this witness testimony? Ah, he's a build coke. I think he's telling the truth. What he just said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up. Which means that he's telling the truth? How are you doing, Asti? I didn't see your message earlier. Are you well? That's what I think. Nick, wait. That means that Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Ow. Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. Excuse me, we have a spirit medium. We have a whole thing of spirit mediums. Our previous case against you, Franziska von Karma, was about someone being possessed by a ghost. I was supposed to let you all in my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen. What can I get it? You like the word fool. I mean, I hope she does. But I can't just wrap my head around... Yeah. You imbecile. If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. If you just ignore evidence, then yeah, the case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. That means we're going to have to go and talk to more people. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed? Indisputed? Fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. Grr. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. That guy just looks happy to be here. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please, it's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple, I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. It's fucking obvious, Maya. No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. It made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret of their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea, let's do our best and catch this sucker. To be continued. Oh, you're that close to ending the freaking day. You could have done it last stream and finish it on a breakpoint. By 9th of December, 3:03 p.m. Nick, what is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep, magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. Anyone here watched, oh, what was it? It's the two magicians. One big loud guy and one guy that never talks. And magicians do their tricks on stage in front of them and they have to guess how the trick was done. And they get a prize if... Penn and Teller. Yeah, Penn and Teller. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pearl did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see, it looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. Huh. First she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? Wow, how'd you do that, Nick? You're like a real magician. See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. Maya has female himbo energy. What's the word for female himbo? Penn and Teller fool us, yeah. You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. Yeah, that one. Okay, let's go. Let's go to Detention Center first, see if there's anything. Oh, my sweeties. You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by. And since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special. Really? What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica, The Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking. But the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I'd have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. The night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky is not just something I can do at will, like we just said a minute ago. I don't care what the stoogey clown says, it wasn't me. Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying? He told you yesterday. You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and cheap imitation magician is that I keep my mouth shut. You literally told us what it was. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think. I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favour to ask of you. Anything for you, sweetie. Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous, a great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? But I've won on the world stage. I won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers of this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something that I can simply not tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. The Grand Prix. Oh my sweeties want to hear about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told the story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again. You must not have heard me, I'm really sick of telling this story. But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I can tell it again. Voila, here, take a look at this. I just happen to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at that fabulous stage. That is the first stage they ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself that I could die right then and be a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night, the emotions, the acclaim. Wow. By the way, I think everyone who was a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to the other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? I'll buy you a pot to hold your dead sister's ashes in. How's that? That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya. Gonna get a shower? No worries, Asti. My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown in jail. Okay, do we have any evidence to show him? Bet he has some nice dresses at home. I'm normally fabulous, but in this picture, I'm the king of the world. I even got a fabulous trophy and a super fabulous bust. That's really cool. I wouldn't mind seeing your trophy someday. If you want to see one of my awards, you should just go to the cafeteria. The cafeteria? You mean the one inside the circus tent? Of course, the trophy isn't there, but the bust that I won is. It's in the cafeteria? We were just there yesterday. Nick, did you see a bust anywhere inside the cafeteria? Negative. Maybe someone uses bus attached to strings, that's what flew away. Makes sense. What? Oh. Okay, so nothing about that. Nothing about that. Nothing about that. Nothing about that. We're just doing the same thing. We're just going to sift through everything quickly, just to make sure we aren't missing. Max, how could you? How could you hit poor Ben over the head with this? I've been thinking about that lately. But he did call me a no-good talent attack of a fast food magician. You mean Trillo said that? Not Ben, right? There is no Trillo or Ben. There's only one Benjamin Woodman. I guess you're right. Maximilian Galactica. No matter when you see me, you get shivers, don't you? The silk hat, the cloak, the white roses on my chest. And they're my symbols. You know I had to cut them out. Oh yeah, we already heard about this. Yeah, we already heard about this last time. Nothing. This is definitely my silk hat. I don't suppose I'm allowed to wear it anymore, am I? Max, this is one of your excellent symbols, right? That's right. Honestly though, I only like it because of the feather on the brim. That's the ringmaster. Is he going to say the same thing before? Yeah, same thing as before. Nothing. Nothing. And what about profiles? I don't think we're going to get anything on the profiles. Okay, let's go to the circus now that we've exhausted all of that. The very big circus. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing. Alright, let's do it. Are you ready? In the picture with the figure and ringmaster, the hat is devoid of that feather, isn't it? The picture with the figure and ringmaster. I don't have that picture. That was when Mo was describing the thing there. I don't remember a feather being there. Yes, wait. Quit your whining. Let's just give this a shot already. Alright, let's go. Row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that. I'm trying my best, but Trillo, this just isn't going to work. Do you enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you gonna do then? Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trillo. What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course? In the open? So secret. I'm sorry, secret crash training? Whoa. Yes, Trillo wouldn't give up until I said we'd try out his idea for a new routine. So, we were trying to sing in a round for our new ventriloquism act. In a round? You can really do that? That's incredible. See? Even they're surprised by the idea. I told you. They're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea. Once you got a grip on the basics, then it's just a matter of practice. You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I want to give this back to you. No, that's evidence. We keep that. And then sell it ourselves to pay for the door that Phoenix kicked in. Ah, there it is. Now that I've got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina. No. Or you cannot, because you are 31 years old and she is 16. I know that you already testified in court today. You want to talk about what we saw, right? Yes. Well, at first we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Ben? Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. But then we said hello and he didn't even reply. Not to mention he was draped in those gaudy symbols. What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols? What do you think, Ben? What? Oh, I would have thought it was the ringmaster. Something just isn't adding up here. Wonder who they really saw. Mariage. I was hoping I'd ask you about Regina. I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now. Really? That's so sweet. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you check out the tent? Huh. You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Eh? Waiting like this is part of being in love. How so? If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such sweet, wonderful torture. He's totally a bottom. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts. Yeah. I knew that. Poor Maya, she's so red, she looks like a vine-ripe tomato. Tomato? So how is this new routine working out? Will you two just take a chill pill already? Our routines are secret. We're going to take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution. That sounds incredible. But let me make one thing clear. I'm not going to take on the world just because that jerk said we should. That jerk? Max Galactica. Performer should aim for the world. Who does he think he is? Trillo, you seem to really be fired up about all this. He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage. You're right, you're right. Mark my words, I, Trillo Quist, will win the Grand Prix. You're the man now, doll. Row, row, row your boat will be the key to a glorious victory. Not to rain in your parade, wouldn't a more mature song be best? Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up, you gotta be a part of it this too. Okay, let's... We're gonna take a look at this. Okay, he's not looking at that. Pepper. Okay, nothing. 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 Again, we have to be certain, so we don't miss anything. So how is chat doing this evening? Did you have a good Saturday? Nope, nothing there. Hot tip, wherever you're working, always compare what you're being paid with each other, so you can all make sure you're being paid fairly. I just thought of that when looking at the Ringmaster's papers. Finish up a batch of tapes, has gone well, enjoy them rather early, lots of yeeted moments for sure. We did okay. I don't think either of us died once tonight. I didn't want to jinx it at the time, but yeah, we didn't die at all. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. I don't think anything new is going to be for those. So let's go to the big top first. The big top. Huh. Where is Regina? I don't know. But if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you? I mean, allergic to wild tigers. And Nick also, Phoenix also has a bad history of things hurting him. Let's go to the Ringmaster's room. Anything here? Max and the Ringmaster had their talk in this room. That could have been when the Ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why'd he do that anyway? Was it really that cold or something? I mean, it was snowing. Anything new? Oh, is this all going to be new? Okay, I think it is all just going to be the same thing. Let's just go through it to make sure. Just make sure that, again, we make... words are difficult because I don't usually speak them. Make sure we aren't missing anything. Let's see that photo. I wish you would remember between the days what does and doesn't change. We should open it. It could be very important. Like, we've done worse. We've stolen from people a lot worse than this. Yeah, everything is the same. Okay, let's go to the cafeteria. Maybe the bus was supposed to be there. They still haven't cleaned this place up yet. If Pearlie got one look at the state of this place, she'd slap whoever was in charge across the face. Remind me never to invite her to my office. Yeah, this is strange. There's nothing on top of this stand. Look here, Max is written on it. Must be his VIP table. Yeah, so I have a feeling that everything is going to be the same here since it wasn't moved. Big top. Entrance. Lodging house. Hey, Gumshoe, my beloved. Oh, it's you two. You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you go get some rest? I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Well, at least she did follow through on her promise to get someone to listen to Moe's story. Yeah, I figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you. It looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that, pal. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing that much? Franziska really set you up bad this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself. No way, pal. You're not going to get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way. Why are you defending her? Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up. Looks like she's wound him up pretty tight. She's directly above us as we speak. Huh? How is that possible? According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. If that's what happened, it means the killer passed right by this window, pal. Oh, I see. Who lives in that room, behind the window up there? The acrobat's got his room up on the 3rd floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Miss Von Karma is going to start her investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to the acrobat's room. Got a pal? Oh, is he gone? Franziska Von Karma. Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. Let's go to Mo's room. He's into the whips. Maybe. That's quite possible. Mo's not here. If he was here, you would have been able to tell even before you stepped in this room. I'm sure you would have heard him laughing away. Yeah, whatever. What do you think he's laughing at when he's all by himself? I always thought he was just thinking up new jokes. He must really love his work. Okay, I can't see anything new here. Let's just examine the window, just for the sake of it. This is where Mo witnessed the crime. This is where Mo witnessed some craziness. Come on, a flying criminal? Jeez. If we had a normal judge, she'd never believe something like that. Yes, they even said, yeah, this judge is fucking wacko. Okay, where do I go now? I'm just gonna go everywhere to make sure that I'm not missing something. Because I feel like I am missing something. Oh, yep, back here. Judge is just permanently in that expression, yeah. Oh, here's Mo. Alright, welcome to the wonderful, the fabulous, the cafeteria. Yikes, he's in awfully good mood. Alright, you know what time it is, riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? 3 monkeys, how are you doing? It's the dementia. I hope you're well. Come on, you can answer this, it's easy. Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction. Try again. Okay, what do you think, girlie? Ah, I got it. Okay, what's the answer? Because they are in the cafeteria? Exactly, that was right. It's an incredibly sad place, that cafe. I did it. What's going on? He's being too nice. Today's trial. Today's been a really crazy day, hasn't it? You're telling me. I didn't think it was going to be so tough. Tough? Let's switch games. So some people read... Like, Polsta is a fan of this case. This is one of the prime examples when people point to the whole curse of the third trial that Phoenix, that like Ace Attorney games tend to have, where the third trial is just the worst of each game. Immediate wheel spin. Well, no, after this we're going immediately into a wheel making stream. Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning I had to smash watermelons. I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing. You even used the famed no shoes, no shirt, no service joke. Exactly, how can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that? Are you 100% sure about your testimony, sir? I saw what I saw, I swear. A creep just flew through the air. It wasn't exactly flying per se, it was more like floating. The silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max. I don't see a psych lock, he must be telling the truth. Okay, well let's present things. Ah, not this picture, he showed it to you guys too. Huh? You've seen it as well? Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around. I get it. He's a man-hooer. Oh yeah, he didn't just show me the picture. What do you mean? He showed me his bust, too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous. It's in the picture, I think. He'd make us worship it every day. He made us bow to his greatness. He's got a big bust. I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust, not that I'm into that sort of thing. It didn't have to be like that, Phoenix. You made it into that. Okay, nothing about this, about the wooden box. Nothing. Okay, is this enough to get back to the lodging? No. So return his bus and wrecking ball and murder the circus master with it. That's what it's looking like. Move. No. Move. No. No, yeah, he's not looking at that. Maybe we have to talk to Mo about that table? Big top. Try the ringmaster's room just in case. Nope. Cafeteria. Oh, Max's bust. Max's bust should be on that small table over there. There's nothing over there. Really? Oh yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago. All of a sudden, the bus disappeared. It disappeared? If you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin over the board over there. Max just had to put the picture up. Hey, this thing is really cool. Nick, I also want to make a bust of me. Yeah, so the bust does actually look like Max. So that's probably what he saw. Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it. Aww. Max G bust. Added to the court record. Anything else that's changed about this place? Nope, nothing has changed that I can see. I wonder if he's actually thinking about this, or if he is setting up a bad joke. Nope, I'm drawing a blank here. A quiet Mo is a good Mo in my book. Guess there really aren't any other things that could have changed, huh? Well, there's this one teensy tiny thing that does seem different. Tell us. What changed? It's going to be a bad joke, isn't it? On the morning of the crime, over on that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center. piece of paper? It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I could see its title. Yikes. It says, "To the murderer." Murderer? Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of it has been ripped off. I don't know who posted it. That was the morning of the crime, though, right? When did you find this? The morning before the murder, yeah. Before the murder? Yes, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered. Who in the world posted this thing? Note added to the court record. Nick, I think you better follow up on this important lead. Move. Let's see if Ben has anything to say. Firstly, about this. Nope, nothing. What about this? Nope, he has absolutely nothing of value to add. Anything here? No. No one's in Mo's room. Let's go back to talk to Max then. See if he has anything to say. First the picture, of course. What about that? Okay, nothing. Here we go. Do you know anything about this note? The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know all about that note. When I read it, my heart certainly skipped a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? Guess it wasn't really a company, it was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pocket of his tailcoat. So now I have to go back and get the thing from the tailcoat. Really? Out of curiosity, what in the world is written on that thing? Let's see. Uh-huh. Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. You're literally going to be executed. Tell us the fuck it said. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Big top. Ringmaster's room. Examine the jacket again. Hey, do you see that? Yeah, we know. You know, I've got a feeling I know what that is. I bet that's the other half of a note that Mo gave us. I'm back, Kadia stands or some shit. Are you playing some 40k? Let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it. It fits perfectly with the other piece. It even glued back together. What does it say? What does it say? Oh, you were showering, so that means I can never play 40k. Oh god, there were definitely some Nurgle cultists in the Games Workshop I went to. To the murderer, I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 PM tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. You're missing out on very little. Tonight at 10? Okay, so someone lured. Now we need to find out who called out the ringmaster. Told by ringmaster, found in his tailcoat pocket. You've been getting into battle reports? I tried to at one point, but I just couldn't. Let's just make sure I'm not missing anything. There could be a second thing in the jacket. Okay. Back to the big top. Now, do you have anything to say about this note? Nope, nothing. He is literally useless. Move. Lodging house. It's the Gumshoe. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you did a good job as usual. Well, I am done with the investigation of the acrobat, finally. But with Miss Von Karma... That's his ringtone. Nick, what is that? That beeping sound? It's Miss Von Karma. Huh? Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Some sort of pager or something? You don't mind, pal? Go ahead and get out of here quick. See ya, pal. Thinking about the wheel. What do you mean about the wheel? Oh, it's still playing? I didn't know the gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot. But fighting games of interest? I tried a fighting game and it got, like, no traction. Never seen a grown man so afraid of a girl still in her teens. Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. Ow. As biting his lashes from a whip. Wait, did she just knock out Maya? Von Karma. Shreen didn't appear. It was a real battle today in court, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you? Tomorrow will be the day my dream finally comes true. I will defeat you, Simon Belmont. You mean the story of my defeat at your hands making the national news? Haha, national news? You possess such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internationally. I think she might be overestimating the importance of a win just by a smidge. No, bite. Tomorrow's trial. Miss Von Karma, it appears you got your hands onto something big, huh? Huh, that makes you pick up on that much. Anyone could. You couldn't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags on your head. I've got conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints? A conclusive witness? You must mean the acrobat, right? I'm putting in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. No joke, I knew someone who broke his boss's finger out who said, if you point that finger at me again, I'll break it. So, there was a guy that I used to go over something with a lot. He was a former Irish Army sergeant. I won't say his real name, but everyone called him Frosty. And he used to work at a tiling place for a little bit. And the uncle who raised him, because I think he was adopted, and then he found his uncle again when he was young, and his uncle raised him, and like did his best for him, got him off the streets, that kind of thing. The uncle's a really good person. But the uncle died tragically. And he wanted some time off work, because this guy was essentially like his only real parental figure. And the manager in the shop at the time said no, and added, I'm sure he was just a bastard anyway. To which Frosty, and no one blames him for this, sucker punched the guy straight in the face and walked out. Now, he wasn't fired, but he quit. Like, they actually asked him, like, would he come back? But he said no, he quit. I'm putting in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. It's the final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, I get it already. You want to beat and destroy me. Exactly, like that's... That is something that, even if it goes to court, it'll be like, okay, yeah, you punch the guy. What's the absolute minimum sentence that I have to give? I can't worry about her. I've got to try and find out more information myself. Quote-unquote, revengy. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. We're just really twisting the knife that we got her dad executed for murder. ... My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Remember I cold clocked one of my bullies and got knocked out, and he got knocked out from it? Nice. Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of a whip. Already after that. Okay, who's ready? Do you want me to tell another short story, or do you want to play the game and tell it later? Enough out of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of whip. Story time. So, I was 5th year in secondary school. And one of the 6th years, the year above me, had a car. It was an Indian-made Mini Cooper that he customized the hell out of it. Like, he had his own fresh paint job, custom wheels, custom suspension, custom seats inside, custom wheel. Like, it was his baby. Like, it wasn't a legit Mini Cooper, it was an Italian made, but I don't think he cared. He wanted the base. He wanted the look, and he wanted as a base do his own thing, and it was fantastic. And he had parked the car, by the school. Now, this was soon after the Lewis had been put in, Lewis being a light tram system. And the Lewis went out to some of the, let's say, called the more troubled areas, where you'd typically find higher rates of crime, more sort of antisocial behavior, that kind of thing. And a couple of these first years are generally between 12 to 14, depending, were throwing stones at his car. Right? So, they're doing something bad. They're like damaging his car. So, either someone tells him, or he was going out at lunchtime anyway to go to his car. And he sees them throwing stones. So he goes up and like, here, what the fuck are you doing? Like, stop throwing stones at my car. This guy's big now. And there's like a 5-6 year difference. And, when you get older, 5-6 year difference isn't that much. But, secondary school, 5-6 year difference is a decent body size difference. And there was 2 of these first years. And the first year kind of went up to him and tried being like a tough man and sort of like chest bumping the guy. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to fight me? Like, what are you going to do? You're not going to do anything. To which the 6th year just, again, cold clocked him in the face. The second first year went up and tried to fight him. So like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? He cold clocked that first year. The vice principal called him in. Of course, the parents complained. And he was given like a token punishment, like a 2-day suspension. But apparently in secret, he told the kid, what you did was absolutely fucking justified. And I'm glad you did it, because sometimes things like this need to happen for an entire year to realize that they aren't the top of the food chain anymore. So that's that story. Now, when did I ever bring my papa's name in this, or any of the conversation? Then what's this revenge thing you're talking about? You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I have to see him again, one more time. Sometimes people gotta understand that in the real world, sometimes you talk shit, you're in the real world now. I went to an all-boys school, so it was all guys. I'm sure you know whom I refer. Miles Edgeworth. What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? What about him? Miles Edgeworth. Why would you even bring him up? You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karma? Exactly right, it was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was... right again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Huh, little brother? But Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. Edgeworth. Asti, no it's not. Don't make it. The man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him in a few cases. But a little after that case was over, he vanished. It's your fault he's gone. Huh? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I'm trying to blank it out of my mind, Toxie, so it's not ruined. Nick, what does she mean? Edgeworth's death? Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case, and then, with the case after that one... never set foot into court again. And then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note to the prosecutor's office. But it was Edgeworth chooses death. And that was 1 year ago. It was a few months after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive, I'm sure of it. Okay, let's see. When I was 10, some older girl was being a bully in the back. She tripped me, I guess like while I was walking past. I fell, so I dislocated my shoulder. hurt really bad. I stood up and punched her in the face as hard as I could, as many times as I could. Bus driver had to pull me out of the bus, and I got suspended for a day. The bus driver, principal, and every single teachers told me, good job once I got back. Yeah. I mean, that's fair. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddied the honourable name of Von Karma. I'm going to find him, and then I'm going to teach him his rightful place with my own 2 hands. Sometimes you gotta hit a motherfucker. Sometimes people just need to get hit. About Mr. Edgeworth. I already told you this once, don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Nick? Miss Von Karma? What? I don't know if you are God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had about enough of you. Him too. What in the world happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I've nothing to inform you two of today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle this corn tree has ever seen. Nick, let's go. We need to talk with the performer on the 3rd floor. I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick. The fuck are you? He's an acrobat in a wheelchair. You must be Phoenix Wright. Yes. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. Ken Dingling. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. Mr. Acro. How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here. Acro, you're a member of this circus as well? That's right. I mainly performed on the tightrope or the flying trapeze. Past tense. But nowadays, all I perform in is my wheelchair. That's very happy music. The very big circus. Acro, why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Then, one night, they decided to run away from it all, without me. Birds. The birds are very cute, yes. So, his parents abandoned him. I mean, we brought a parrot up to testify in the first game. The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. Oh, don't worry, Toxie, it's not dark. Don't you hear the music? The ringmaster took such incredible care of me, he was truly a lifesaver. Seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint. He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. They're going closer, because he's sad. And now, look how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. That's one of those child slavery things. Oh, wow. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. That's an interesting sentence, Three Monkeys. You may want to reword that. Asti, can you remove that message? Perhaps he was too kind to his performers, perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. Was the message removed? I wonder if he spoiled Regina. Regina's so cute, she's truly a princess. You should be able to just delete a specific message. I've seen other streamers do that. Truly a princess? Are you sure that's a good thing? Do I detect a hint of a grudge against Regina? Okay, wheelchair. I'm sorry to ask, why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves of my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. That's awful. The accident happened during the acrobatics session, right? Oh? I guess not. Cyclops. It doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. 6 months ago? What in the world went on at the circus then? Okay, so what happened? I stopped by yesterday and noticed that you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. Ah, you went there for rehabilitation? What about the murder? Of course I knew about it. I would love to just have a few birds that just hang out with me and just, like, come closer when I'm sad. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. Thank you kindly. And also, no hard feelings, Three Monkeys, just some of those words I'm not a huge fan of. What you witness? What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. I see, the scene of the crime was right below your window. That's when I looked out the window. What did you see? He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica. What? That's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that it was Max you saw flying? I'm absolutely sure. There's no doubt in my mind. Nick? He banned you? Did you ban him? For me, it just says that that you were timed out for 10 seconds. Let's go from left to right. What do you think of this? I'm sorry, but my present physical condition don't know much about what goes on outside this room. Okay, let's go along. So though, it's not that sensitive. It's just, I'm not a huge fan of it. So don't worry about it. I'll read my own comments for you. Like, don't worry about it at all. Sometimes people say things, there's no hard feelings. Don't worry about it at all. I'm still very happy that you're here. Take a look at this photo for us. No problem. Ah, this is how it ended for him. Such a shame. He seems awfully calm. But his eyes have a look of sorrow and profound pain. If my legs weren't like this, I'd have been able to prevent this from happening. That's an absolute certainty. Acro? Maximilian Galactica, right? You'll have to forgive me, but I try not to think about him. Acro won't even look at it. Looks like something is really weighing on him. Okay. So anything with Maximilian you just want to look at. I'm still going to try everything in case something's different. What do you think of this? Oh, nope. Think of this. Nope, nothing. Nothing. The monkey. Heh, money is a great friend to me. That pile of treasure over there is his collection, huh? It is indeed. Money will bring anything back with him. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, I'm not great with the ladies, but I seem to be pretty popular with the animals. Nothing. Okay, let's just make sure he's over 18 before people start simping for him. 26, okay, that's fine. What do you think of this? I'm sorry, but my yeah, so that's the nothing. Grand Prix photo. Yeah, he doesn't want anything to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Ah. What's this? That's what we want to know. It was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder. The birds flew away. The birds sensed something wrong. Always trust the birds. Birds never lie to you. Or wish you harm. Subscribe to my channel. In the cafeteria? What happened? He suddenly looks incredibly serious. If it's got something to do with her, then you should go straight to the source. Her? Regina, ask her about it. Australian magpies absolutely wish you harm. I've seen people make friends with Australian magpies. Profiles. In his room. Okay. You want to know about Max? Well, his colleagues in the circus all seem to hate him. What about you, Acro? I've got my issues with him as well. But he just also happens to have a diamond shining in his soul? A diamond shining in his soul? Guess you could say it is his pride as a performer. We didn't have that pride in ourselves before Max arrived. Honestly, I think he brought something wonderful into the circus when he came. This guy is really different from the other members of the circus. What about Ben? I was hoping you could shed some light on Ben. Well, he'll always be here. As long as he's here, he really can only continue to be a ventriloquist. Whether that's a good thing for him or not, I'm afraid I can't really say. Detective Gumshoe! But you were just talking to Gumshoe. Oh, you're just like... Oh, sorry, there's a prosecutor. What? You and the prosecutor have the same glint in your eyes. Carries want you, your family, and your friends dead. I think they're just misunderstood. You're joking, right? You think I'm like that whip-carrying demon? Whoa, no need to get so hostile about it. You two may view things from very different perspectives for now, but you both see the world with the same colour-tinted glasses. I know, because when I look at people, their eyes are the only things I can believe in. And what are you going to say, that peacocks are friendly? Of course they aren't. No monkeys, that's, what you're thinking of is Americans. Regina. She's cool, isn't she? And can you believe such a cute girl is an animal tamer? It seems animals are not the only thing she tames. He really does not like Regina. Indistinguishable from the native Australians. Max, the ringmaster, Ben, she's got them all under her thumb. What do you mean by that? They went a bit overboard. Just Regina's innocence. She was incredibly sheltered as a child. I'd say it seems that way. That's why she can be so cruel. What? Regina just like the animals she claims to tame. She's innocent, thus she can be cruel. Oh, what happened between Acro and Regina? The ringmaster. He was even more than a father to me. When he took me in, the circus was in bad shape. It was obvious that he had no real way of supporting us. Who does he mean by us? Is that why you started with acrobatics? Back then, I was only 9 years old. I begged the ringmaster to let me try, and he finally gave in. Having a kid in the circus was probably the last thing in the world that he wanted, mainly because it's child labour. And that's illegal. I just wanted to be helpful. His birds murdered the circus master, several of them in a trench coat. Are you saying that 3 birds are plotting? I just wanted to be helpful so I could help the ringmaster. That's such a nice story. The ringmaster really believed in Mo, 100%. What will happen to the circus now that the ringmaster is gone? The beginning of The Lawrence curls here, I suppose. Albert, I'm never plotting. I'm never planning any harm to anyone. And you can believe me on that. 100%. I wonder if it's really alright to let Mo run the show. Mr. Wright, you don't know much about Mo, I suspect. You can see right through me. Oh, Nick, you can't let him get to you like that. You're an attorney. This is you. I can't believe what happened to the ringmaster. Such a wonderful man, what a pity. I have no clue what to do with my life now. I'm sorry. The circus meant everything to me. But don't worry about me. There are still things that I have left to do in this world. Okay, I don't think there's anything more I can talk to him about. I have a feeling I'm going to need more info before I delve into that. Probably have to go talk to, Regina. Let's see if you'll say anything about him. Okay, nope, nothing. I remember Whistler. I ain't trusting you. Whistler was a saint. Whistler never did anything wrong. Whistler was the moral compass of the party. I think you'll find. Okay, so it's another bit of a story time. I remember, just before Whistler left, when we went through that underground. Whistler is my very first D&D character, a Kenku rogue. But just before the end of his storyline as a player character, he was going after his old master to try and kill him. I can fight. How are you doing, Costa? I saw a bird, and I played a bird. But we were going through caverns to look for his old master, who killed the rest of Whistler's flock. And so we convinced the... it's better than that. We convinced the constructs protecting the guy that we were there just to say hi and help or whatever. So the constructs led us all the way through the dungeon to the guy, to which Whistler just went stab, and a pouch of invisibility powder that I had for over half the campaign. At that point, I threw into the air, turned the whole party invisible, and we ran away without anyone fighting us. It was fantastic. Oh, the tiger's back. Grah. Ah, Nick. Wonderful. Today's special must be filet o phoenix. Stay, heal. Oh, Maya, Nick, it's you guys. I'm sorry, I guess I made a mistake. A mistake? Did it release a demon at the same time? Our bad. Wasn't that a different time? Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. But I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. So do you have a definite age on her? Yeah. Regina is 16, and 2 people want to marry her, and the judge in Phoenix also voiced similar things. No, we did it more than once. It's fine. That's a future party's problem. One of those 2 people is 31. Yes, so, just for everyone's sake, Regina is 16. Max, who is 21, wants to marry her, as does Ben, who is 31. Russell Berry. It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. He was. I love my dad so much. I hate to say it, but he doesn't seem all that broken up about her father. That's why I feel so lonely, that I won't be able to see him for a while. For a while? Maya, you're literally a medium? You could just channel her father? Yeah, when Leon died, I talked with my dad and he told me that. When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. Star? That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone. When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. That's kinda sweet, but I bet there's no way that Maya believes that. What do you mean there's no way I believe? Wait, was he saying this out loud? Do you think that one day I'll be a star too? Of course, we're gonna merge you right now. Maya, please hand me the axe. You really think so? Yeah, you will. I think. I've got a feeling that everyone is doing great up there in the sky. I wonder if everything's alright with Regina. She was so sheltered she has no idea how the world works. Just to go back and clear something up, why do you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you? It must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles, it's really beautiful, you should see it. We should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney, huh? If you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back from me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me. Phoenix is, what some people might call a tier 3 sub for Regina. Leave it all up to us. Yes, there's no turning down that request. Squirrel in my pants. Yay, you're really gonna do it? Okay, let's present some evidence. Regina, have you ever seen this before? I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while. It was in your pocket? This piece of paper was in your pocket. Was in your pocket, in this time of day, at this time of year, in this part of the country, localized entirely within this big top. I guess I noticed that it was in there around breakfast time. Breakfast time? Yeah, I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. That's when you realized the piece of paper was in your pocket? Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged in someone else's pocket. Acro slipped this into her pocket as a message to her. Acro thinks she's a murderer or something. Damn it, beat me to it. And then what? I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so... You didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did, I stuck it up there. How'd you know? So it was Regina who put it up there. When did this happen? The morning of the murder, I think. That explains a lot. I wonder who wrote this. Acro wrote it and put it in your pocket as a message to you to go there at that time. Acro was going to, what we think so far, drop the bust onto Regina to kill Regina. We just don't know why yet. There's no denying it, Max is cool. I want to try flying someday with Max. She's already flown off into her own little world. Nick, I want to try flying too. Okay, I'll think about it. Acro's gonna murder a 16-year-old Jesus. 2 guys are going to try marry a 16-year-old. Both are morally wrong. One is more creepy than the other. Okay, do the same thing about Max. That's Pepper, isn't it? From the cafeteria? Huh? It's from the cafeteria? It's not? I remember seeing it there. So this was the cafeteria's Pepper. You know, I'm not a big fan of Pepper. Okay, that's nothing. I don't think we're going to find anything new going back to that old stuff. Let's go profiles. Let's talk about Acro. Ah, it's Acro. Is he in his room today? Yes, he is. We just came back from meeting with him. I hope his legs get better soon. Acro's so incredible, especially on the trapeze. The trapeze is that enormous swing hanging from the top of the tent, right? Yep, that's it. I really want to see him up there again. Acro the acrobat. That's strange. Acro doesn't seem to have very many nice things to say about Regina. But Regina seems to like Acro just fine. To be fair, I would definitely watch an acrobat, like a paraplegic acrobat, as long as it was medically fine for him to do complex moves with his back, with the back the way it is. Because can you imagine, like, you may have to like tie the two legs together with like a beam or something to keep them straight. But imagine like just an upper body acrobat doing a whole bunch of maneuvers and tricks. That would be actually pretty damn cool. Let's just check everywhere else. Oh, Big Top Cafeteria. Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers. Her curls look like tubes. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Bistro du Cirque, aka the cafeteria. It smells so good in here. And those burgers look great. She's drooling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster. And if you just have a field day with her design. My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They are absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you into hamburger heaven. I bet, I can tell by the smell. Well, I'm getting hungry too. Those buggers must have some kind of special power. Let's talk about this again. Now that the ringmaster is gone, what are you going to do? That's all I've thought about the past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You've heard Acro's story, haven't you? Like how he was adopted when he was younger? He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he said he couldn't go on. He was that upset? I wash off Ron's creamy surprise. So let me just ban Asti. Yes, he was. Anyways, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking of trying on the ringmaster's shoes. What? Really? Max would still be an issue, though. Max? Maybe a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. Mo. All that's left is to see if everyone can get over the tragedy. You know... The tragedy, you know? What's he talking about? Get over it? Get over what tragedy, Mo? Huh? Don't worry about it, it's nothing at all. You must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right? Yes, that's it. You're right, girlie. Dang, 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 correcto mundo. Why are there no cyclocks appearing? This guy's clearly lying. Doesn't he mean dang? No, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us? No, not at all. What makes you think that? Most serious this guy's ever been. Solus, favorite assassinorium assassin? Bird. I don't know the Assassinorum assassins very well. Just the way you said, if everyone can get over the tragedy, seemed a bit strange. It sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Eek, 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 eek. Mo, I'm right, aren't I? Here are the locks. So now we're getting closer to the truth. It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break, us old men of accidents. I wear big pants for a reason. Sniper guy, knives guy, sexy lady, weird dude, abomination, those the assassin houses. Sniper guy. I'm always a ranged person. 6 months ago, eh? That shoots you with a pure concentrated beam of ADD. Oh, so it's Twitter. Let's see here. To the murderer, that's far from polite. Where did you find the rest of this note anyway? It'd be best if I didn't tell Mo where he found it. Diagwitch, Rat King 8. How are you doing? Couldn't have told you. Don't worry about it, Mo. If I didn't need to worry about it, you shouldn't have shown it to me. Anything about the pepper? Sorry, but I didn't know anything about that. What about this way? The collector just shows you a screenshot of Twitter. So glad to have you here, Rat King. I hope you're doing well. Okay, so I don't think there's much. Anything new? No. I'm gonna have to go to different people and ask about what this accident was. I mean, as far as I recall from my Irish, it's perfectly good. Anything new? No. Let's see if Acro has anything to say. If Acro doesn't have anything to say, we'll go to Max. No, let's go to Max. Max maybe has something to say. What does it mean? It just means hello. Let's see. Move. Circus entrance. And detention center. Oh. Actually, just question, Rat King. You don't have to answer if you don't want. I don't want to put any pressure on you if you don't want to say anything. I'm just always interested in how people find the channel. Did you... Was it Twitter? Was it recommended? What made you find me? Because, you know, this information helps me as well. But again, if you don't want to answer, don't worry. They must have taken Max in for questioning again. There really isn't anything that we need to ask him right now anyway. But he might know about the accident 6 months ago. Anything new here? No. Circle entrance. I went through the Ace Attorney 2 tag. Oh, nice! Yes, as you can see, we are on the third case. How do I get more information about this? Big Top. You know what that means, right? Yeah, like you went to the category game Ace Attorney 2 and looked through it, right? Is there anyone in the Ringmaster's room? No. Okay, what am I missing? You're on the third Ace. That's what I was saying earlier. That it's a curse. That it's always a curse that the third case is the worst. Now the third case in the first game wasn't bad. That was the Steel Samurai case. I didn't mind that. I thought that case was fine. Was Spirit of Justice? Haven't played it. Let's see how far I can get with this. At least they're consistent. Consistency isn't always a good thing if you're consistently bad. I'd argue Dual Destinies in the crossover also broke the curse. I haven't played... So the only actual Ace Attorney game I have played through is the first one. I did that on stream. I have not played through the others. I have played bits of some, but I haven't played through them all. I would love if Ace Attorney, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, came out in PC. I would love to play that on stream. I have to ask you, how are you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice? Yes, unfortunately, acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were the real case, he'd have no reason to keep it a secret. Acro, are you really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? I don't have anything to counter that with. So who is your theory on the murder? Well, right now, what's happened is we found that Regina, the note saying to the murderer appeared in Regina's pocket after going to Acro's room. So I have a feeling that Acro gave the note to meet at 10 o'clock to Regina. Regina, being a complete airhead, just had no idea it was for her or what could be wrong, posted it up on the wall. The Ringmaster saw it. He went at 10 o'clock. I think Acro dropped the bust, thinking that Regina was down there, Kill the ringmaster instead. That's what I'm thinking so far. Let's go back to... Is there anything new here? Oh, there is. Everyone in the circus is pedo after a 16-year-old girl. Yes, that is right. Murder is secondary. Mo's not here. Yeah, he was in the cafeteria. What's that? I hear something. Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. The goddamn monkey. Nick, it's money. That monkey's holding something. That's it. That's the thing that means a lot to Regina, remember? Alright, time to take on this monkey attorney style. Maybe Monkey is the murderer? Yikes, wow. Did I just pretend to be a monkey? I tried to have a monkey-to-monkey talk with him. I really did. Nick, you. I swiped it while Money was distracted. Oh, it worked. Cornered. I mean, yeah, we had the monkey cornered, of course. Wow, you're really on the ball today, Nick. Let me see it, let me see it. Huh? You can see it fine from where you are. You know what I mean, I really want to try on Regina's costume. Maybe then I'll take you into the circus so I can get some peace and quiet. What's the matter now? It doesn't fit me at all. Oh well, guess it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Wow, Phoenix. Just blindsiding her with the "you're fat." What a dick. Not to mention, it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. It's not... Just imagine going to court. It's like, yeah, we have the stage costume. This is what this looks like. Note, Maya's too big to fit in this. Okay, let's go back and give Regina the costume. Big top. Here you go, Regina. Yay, thank you. You really got it back for me. Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Attorney. Can we send Phoenix to jail? No wonder guys melt emotion from... No. Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? This isn't mine. It was Leon's. I'm working a new tongue twister. The monkey money mended Mark's mittens. I'm sure I'll end up at some point at the Dark Tide. Can you imagine you're fucking Nurgle and you see your Legion of Demons? Fox are inherited to be killed by 4 dysfunctional hobos. Isn't that just 40k in a nutshell? Leon's? You know, the lion she told us about. Oh, the one that someone killed. Let's talk about Leon. Leon, he was killed, wasn't he? That's right, my dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice. During practice? Leon was sitting down, and then he opened his mouth, you know, gaw. Usually when he did that, I would put my head into his mouth. Oh wait, you put your head into a lion's mouth? I sure did. The people in the crowd always loved seeing me do that. They'd always start screaming. You sure they were screaming because they loved seeing you do that? Anyways. What was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during the practice. Regina? Everything was alright though, right? No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. And that's when Leon... Yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky. Poor thing. Leon added to the court record 6 months ago for biting a performer. Okay, she's not going to say anything about that. I don't think she has anything else to say, does she? Nope. She would spend 1 hour every day polishing her forehead. Yeah, it's... I mean, is that the head shape? Why? I'm sorry, I just got a mental image there that she just has a yellow head crab on her head. Okay, cafeteria. Let's see what the clown has to say about Leon. You wouldn't know it, but I was responsible for naming all the I keep saying aminals because I am a bad human being. All the animals at the circus. You named Money the monkey and Regina's tiger? Guilty as charged. But Leon got his name from the ringmaster. Really? He always said keep names simple and easy to associate. Nick's name is easy to associate, right? I always told Russell, if that's what you think, then call him Lion the Lion. It's a great name, don't you think? Imagine if he could talk. I'm a lion. Lion. That's when Russell said, don't lie to yourself, that name is awful. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I have enough. There's only 2. I'm eating a burger as we speak. Okay. So let's see what the first thing he needs is. Arrest the clown for crimes against humanity with his jokes. Is there like a Nuremberg trial for clowns? Is there a Geneva Convention against clowns? Get over it. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus? Okay. There's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there, some juicy burgers. Let's eat instead. Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Side note, when I was in Australia, some of the best chicken burgers I ever had. Actually, I've kind of got an idea of what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident. Is there a con for former convicts called Con-Con? Con-Con, can you do the Con-Con? Can you do the... this would have to be the cause of the accident. It was Leon. I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during a practice, right? Faye's fucking vanilla. To be fair, have you ever had a Nando's hot chicken burger? They're good. I think Asti made that joke last stream, Rat King. You're a night too late, I think. Leon made a mistake during a practice, right? How did you? Well, that's one thing. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I told him so many times. You shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts. Also, a variation of that joke you can do for the Phoenix Wright game is that one time Pearl escaped from custody. She's a small, medium, but large. Like putting her head inside Leon's mouth, right? Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along. He never could say no to her. Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo. Don't climb up on me now. Who did Leon bite in the head? Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything. You promised? He's involved in this too. He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about Mo. Is this the person that you promised you wouldn't say? Now, I think I'm right. It must have been Acro, right? How did you know? Because he told me he was injured 6 months ago. Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster. No way. I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please tell me what you know. I'm sorry, Acro. We got our attorney health back. It's just like you said. You know, the accident. Did someone die? No, but would have probably been better if he had. What? How would that have been better? He's still alive, but when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma that he's in. Coma? All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital, and that's all he's ever going to be able to do. I see. How is he related to Acro? He's his brother. Huh? The person who got bit was Acro's brother. Brother? They were an acrobat team of brothers, Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, I thought. Every time Phoenix misses a question, they just fucking shoot him. It's like... This is my knife with which I used to stab people who are incorrect. Imagine that in school. Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime. Acro's brother. Who is Acro's younger brother? Sean Dingling. But everyone always called him Bat. He fell in love with Regina, trying to win her love was his downfall. Everyone seems to fall in love with Regina. 6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden Bat blurts out, let me perform with Leon. Why did he do that? I don't know. That's what caused the accident. I'll never forget that moment. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was smiling. He? You mean Leon? Yes, Leon. When he bit down, he was smiling. Some sick grin. No way. That's impossible. A smirking lion, a flying murderer. Why does it seem that it's always Mo who catches all these incredible events? Nick, can lions smile? We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle. Yeah, because, you know, animal welfare isn't something that's also tracked around the world. Let me just take a sip of my drink. So that's what really happened. Well, you guys were so serious, what was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in the mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Shaka 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 shaka. There he goes again, acting like his normal crazy self. Gotta have a burger. Achoo, achoo. Nice. What a wonderful sneeze. Huh, you think so? You sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel. That's basic clownsmanship. Girlie, I know you gotta understand that. Nick, I think I'd make a good clown. The foreshadowing is so incredible in this case. And it is building up. Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer. Does Regina sneeze with pepper too? She does. Bat would always tease her with pepper. But, from my point of view, those two always looked so perfect together. They look perfect together, huh? Actually, how old? 22. 22. You just got that, Asti. Acro and Bat. What is these age gaps? I know. Let's... Profiles. Present. When you think about it, he really was a good guy. He truly liked Regina. He would try anything to get her attention. Seems like a good guy. Back then, Acro was always laughing. But I guess that everything backstage at the circus isn't always rosy. I see. It's harder than you think, making people laugh all the time. Trust me, I'm a streamer. I do it arguably for free. Okay, let's... Think about this person. Sorry, I've already given my heart to another man. So I'm not interested in enrolling in your dating service. Huh? Just want to know if you knew this person. Interesting. Let's go to... Circus entrance. Nothing new to talk about. Okay, nothing about the lion. I wonder if this guy is completely useless now. Yep, he's completely useless. Move. Lodging house. Acro's room. The fact is I know every murder in every case, now I'm in a weird position. I'd kindly ask that you don't spoil anything. Ah, Mr. Wright, back again, I see. Well, you did say I'll be back. Wait, was that someone else? We're back because Acro's hiding why his legs were injured. He was hurt in an accident 6 months ago. You assume that he knows that we know. Well, it seems you've got things you want to talk about, so fire away. Well, at least he's fucking straightforward with things. Think of this. Okay, nope. All the cards, and I can't play any of them because if I play any of them, will get them. I'm getting kicked out the table. I'm not going to spoil. That's appreciated. Profiles. What about your brother? Lately, okay. It's your own brother, you piece of shit. Anyway. Present. This. You're good at metaphors. I mean, you're good at metaphors, metaphorically speaking. About the wheelchair. I have to ask you, how are you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. Oh yeah. Actually in practice, yes. He's lying, no reason to keep a secret. Telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury. It was Leon. 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. That's one. I know I'm on the right track, I just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion? That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked is not the best word to be using. So let me rephrase that as battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it to save someone. Your brother. Bat. It was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. Okay, we're almost there. Mo, he must have told you. Yes, we learned about Bat from Mo. Way to throw him under the bus, Phoenix. We didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue? Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime. Cut down together. That was where he slipped, and that's how I figured it out. You two ended up at the center of the same accident, together, like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. Still hadn't broken Acro's last cycle lock. This must be one incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you were still hiding something from me. Maybe someone you don't seem to like much is the reason you're being evasive. Maybe it's her, the person you've been constantly tearing down. Regina. You always seem calm and collected until you start talking about her. Saying things like she was cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. Yes, first name Ace, surname Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Regina tried to attack you? Twice. Ha ha ha. He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred on Leon to attack Bat, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Oh, maybe I overdid it again. But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Here's proof that you had it out for Regina all along. It was this note. This? And where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket. Guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. I always take Acro's breakfast in the morning. You wrote this, and then you put it in your pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. Just the tiniest bit of congratulations. Wheelchair. My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother, Bat, had a dare with Regina. A dare? An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date. She's fucking 16! That's insane. Didn't he know how dangerous that is? We all thought that he was being stupid too. That lion was very old to begin with, and age brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. A jailbaited to death. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing. Well, he's not dead, he's just in a coma. And that's when the accident happened? He just wanted to take her out to the movies. This child is such a menace. Poor Bat. When Leon chomped down, I jumped towards him. Then he attacked me, and that's how I ended up. What about Bat? He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him. I see. I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again. And that's the reason why I keep going. So was this the bite of 87? Toxie, you're banned. I'm removing your VIP. Regina and Bat. Worth it. Bat and Regina. They were such great friends. Oh yeah, I want you to take a look at this. What is it? This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him. Why is the blood still red? It's been 6 months. It should be black and fucking disgusting. Gross, it's covered in blood. This scarf... Why you bunk me? It was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he did it, he looked like he was smiling. Why is Costa bunking me? Leon, obviously. Oh. When he bit down on Bat's head. Because the blood should be more rust brown coloured? Yeah. Bonkfest. Toxie's bonking me. When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression in Leon's face looked like a grin. Nick, I know, most of the same thing. What do you think it all means? I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. No, get fucked. This one, Karma. I've already heard everything. So hand over the scarf. Well, the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to... No, it's not. It's for the judge to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I'll serve a summons to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Bonked for incorrect medical info. But am I wrong in saying that the blood would eventually turn like black? After like 6 months? Acro, we'll talk more at the prosecutor's office. We'll talk more at the prosecutor's office, and then Francisco von Karma just like pushes his wheelchair down the stairs and whips him for not making it all the way down. Come, Acro, let's go to the office. Yes, ma'am. Leave it around that long, it turns brown, not black. When does it turn black? I'm googling this. Does blood turn after 6 months? Turns dark brown or blackish? Alright, fine then. I'm sorry. I'm not a medical burb. Look at you all full of confidence. I'm glad that you should smell and not taste. You have factored the burb on the medical. So I'm more used to dealing with people and blood when it's still red. You must have found something you can use. This is all beginning to come together now. Do I have it in the court record yet? No. Yeah, this is a transition. Yes, so I'm going to save, I'm going to grab a quick drink, go to the toilet, and I'll be back. So let me just put the music back on. Save progress. Here, yes. And I'm going to just throw quickly to... Oops. Be right back, and I'm going to grab a drink. Hello, hello. Oh, I am now back. How are people doing? Are you ready to continue on to the trial? I already saved, didn't I? Yeah, I saved. Part 401 trial. It always catches you off guard. Why does it catch you off guard? Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah, good morning. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Tee-hee. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina, why are you allowed access to this suspect? How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today? Of course I did. Well, the defendants almost never go on the stand. That's your standby music. It's my general, this doesn't get triggered by copyright music. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? So, what kind of performance we put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show, isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? Anyway, Sweetie Pie Princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is. You'll fly into jail, am I right? Well, here's the thing. We might be able to find him innocent of the murder of Russell Berry, but Max, Ben, Bat, Phoenix, and the judge all need to go on trial for something else. Well, Max, looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous, enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max, you're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to you. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in a legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo, top of the morning to you go. This is a mix of Irish and English. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. You'll go to jail. The person will just have to miss out on the prettiest person there. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. The early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my, thanks. So how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got the feeling that today is going to face off against the real... I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Accurate? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. Everyone in the circus lacks higher brain function, so it fits. Wow, burn. Just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you going to do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence, it's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. I want to still try press him. If it doesn't damage my attorney health bar, quote-unquote, then why not? It might give me more of a testimony that I can provide evidence with. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. So Mo is the only one like, here, this bitch needs to learn. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Ms. Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise the previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? It means that she's wanting to revise the previous theory of events. We've discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order, order. I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Very well, please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work. Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. All the birds love it. Name and occupation. Ken Dingaling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you'll see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor, the crime scene below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 PM and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. He was on a wheelchair. How does he still have the inaccessible floor? I mean, it's only been 6 months, right? I mean, you wouldn't get a new room in 6 months of being in a wheelchair. I mean, that's just far too fast. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night, which is what you said that you would prove. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There is no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. It was just after 10 PM, I was resting in my bed. You said that you were resting in bed. Well, let's assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? He just brings a bird over to ignore the judge. That sounds like hell. So there was, I think it was on Rath Mines, there was a big like LED billboard that was on way too bright and like kept like the whole street up. I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. Haha, sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Yeah, because you're not useful as a fucking judge. The witness will proceed with his testimony. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Okay. Your room's on the 3rd floor, right? Well, the 2nd floor. Ground, 1st, 2nd. You said that you were resting in bed. That is correct. But you're still able to hear a sound from outside? That's not an argument. I was indeed. Pressing acro doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something was contradictory in what he just said just now. I'll come back to it. I think. I don't know what's contradictory. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So I can find a clear contradiction to tread lightly. And a few moments later, I saw someone flying. What was the previous statement? Heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Okay. Let's press this. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is possible. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. I now curse all of you with harem. I have no idea what you mean. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn, I just strengthened his testimony. Wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts. I'm not gonna push anything. Yeah, I'm not gonna push anything right now. It was Max Galactica, I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true, I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see, but honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? Oh, I clearly saw the silk hat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. No, but the hat was on the ground. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. There's a contradiction there. The hat. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. If there was a contradiction, then prove with evidence. That's what I'm going to do, you fucking bitch. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? The hat. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat? What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state I'm in. Yeah, Phoenix, yeah, you should have just crawled over to the window or gotten your wheelchair, gone to the window to look down for some fucking reason. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That was really fucking ableist. That's a shame. That's a shame you're in a wheelchair, because you would have noticed the silk hat found in the scene. That's the Ringmaster's hat, right? Negative. Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats? No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model, made only for Maximilian Galactica, which a stage performer would never do, because spares are very important. What if a hat gets stained or damaged? Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Order. As always, looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What will cause his witness to commit perjury in the court today? Acro was the real culprit. The ... This is going to be really bad for me, Your Honor. On this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. Phoenix, your entire career has been accusing witnesses. On this occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. I have now stopped becoming a defense attorney. I am now the prosecution. Ms. Von Karma, are you okay being a defense attorney now? Mr. Wright, are you serious? I'm deadly serious. Turnabout, bitch. Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's heart and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. The best defense attorney is an offense attorney. Oh, I love that. Oh, that is amazing. That's going to be my next stream title. I need to note that down somewhere. Fuck, I don't know. Send it to me on Discord so I remember. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. That's called a prosecutor. In fact, I'm gonna clip that so I can edit it later. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. Because killers... I'm sorry, I love the scene. I'm keeping the scene up for a moment. I want a gif of this. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusations? I don't need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client, but to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things. See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous. Why am I being bonked again? She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head. See that, Mr. Phoenix, right? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. Why is it called a peanut gallery? I think that's enough of this little game. I got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro was unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I have a new cardboard shoe, I'm not afraid of using it. Because people throw peanuts at the performers in the circus. Oh, okay. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Of course he did. It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, then it's natural for one to consider possible accomplices. Yeah, he couldn't have done it himself. Money took the bust. You don't say. Money takes things his room. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. What? Must have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. And if you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes. Mr. Wright, it seems as if you won't be stopping at Acro. They'll be making other accusations. If Acro did not have an accomplice, things are not looking good for you. I understand, Your Honor. Go. Who, perchance, would happen to be Acro's accomplice? You don't say. Uh-oh. This is suddenly looking very, very bad. Don't tell me you think you're going to go off easy. What? You're what? Foundation? Yes, Mr. Wright. Do you have any proof this person you've accused was indeed an accomplice? Any proof, any proof, any proof. Yeah, I thought it did. I thought I did something wrong. I'm going to loop back around to me taking damage. Any proof that this person you've accused was indeed an accomplice? Any proof? The picture of the bust? Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? If evidence is lacking... Oh, it's not. What are you doing, Nick? I can have an accomplice. He did. No. Okay, so looping back around. We present this. Let's save now, so that I don't lose more health. Any proof? There's indeed an accomplice. Any proof that that money was the accomplice? Any proof? Any proof? You stole my badge. What am I missing? I'm just gonna save it here so a little bit less time. What proof do we have? Found broken cafeteria floor, map. Any proof? Any proof? Any proof? Any help from chat? For proof? You don't know? Who was the murderer? We're still working on it. We're accusing Akko right now. Okay, fuck, I'll take the penalty and go the no route. Not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not going to sucker me into this one. There was no accomplice. Akko planning committed this murder all by himself. You think about it the wrong way? Okay. What are you getting at? Okay, this seems to be going well. Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. Show Akko murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright. Then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, if this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingaling? Up there. He dropped it from his window onto him, and then pulled the bust back up. That's Akro's room. Pretty simple, eh? Akro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Akro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What, are you nuts? It's an interesting theory. I was hoping the bird would be poking at him again. That's it. Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. Mr. Wright. By the way, if people are enjoying, please don't hesitate to hit the follow button. It definitely does help. We're trying to get to 100 before New Year's. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he's in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point. Seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. Well, that's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? You have a theory? Do you have 3 separate theories in a trench coat? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? Next course of this legal buffet. It's a game theory. You're right, I can't mess up here. Being a child enslaved and then being permanently injured may be a motive. we have to prove means and opportunity. I did it while he was in his room, no doubt about it. Witness as to how Mr. Dingley committed the crime, Mr. Wright. I can't present any evidence. I don't have the weapon. It'll finally be Grace an explanation. Don't push it, Von Karma. Just get fucked, Von Karma. You aren't going to suck me in this time. I'm smart enough to know when I don't have the cards to play and my hand sucks right now. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? You mean that everything he said up until now has all been nonsense? It's true, right? If you can't establish proof of your murder theory, then it's nonsense. You're trying to fool us by playing some misdirection game. Well, that never happened. That was a strange... Wow, the game just hiccuped there. Oh. I'm going to present some evidence. So what did Mr. Dingley use to commit the crime of murder against Russell Berry? You're so close to competence. Ooh, what's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust. It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-sized, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a 3rd-story window. Ah. The birds flew away. See, this is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Did you have to use the word ample? Order. So you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy it's impossible? Well, Acro was an acrobat. His acrobatic score is +9. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well. Acro, you can't... Oh, whipped. So, is Acro a rogue? Is that what we're saying? What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that I get proper testimony from the witness himself. Felix commits microaggressions at an incredible rate. That's how he wins cases. He just commits so many microaggressions that the other party just collapses and cries. Testimony, you say? Von Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has its version of the murder, the prosecution has the right to respond. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way once in a while? I'm sorry, but we need to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems, however, let's all be respectful towards him, she says, whipping people. Oh, thank you. Arg, that woman will sink to any low to win a case. So, like, both Von Karma and Phoenix are both committing different kinds of microaggressions. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working out as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bus on him, don't you think? Except the box was placed there. Oh, testimony, you are qualified to poke holes in. Okay, Asti, let's go through this testimony. Let's have you poke holes in it. Imagine you are the expert called in. It was impossible for him to lift the bus and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. Always proceed with the cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Not about how he... Here's the thing. There was already a note confirming that he has no power to his legs. But the question is about his upper body strength. If it will be possible for him to do so. A little bit to something the size of that bust. I'm going to save here in case there's a sudden you have to answer this or that, or you... I pressed load. I'm so sorry. We're going to skip through as fast as possible. Oh, did I press the wrong thing? I pressed the wrong thing. God damn it. Mistakes have been made. Mistakes have very much been made. Okay, I'm just going to skip through as fast as possible. Pizza here, burb. Okay, have your pizza, burb. By the way, did people know that there's a website where you can have a go back in time, but you have burp, right? Exactly. That there is an Ace Attorney chat room where people like set themselves. Here we go. Where people set themselves like characters, and you type what you want to say, and like an objection or a hold it or something, and you can go back and forth. It's pretty fun. Options: save there. Yes, thank you. Okay, let's do the cross-examination. But now Asti isn't here to answer the questions. Or ask the questions, even. There, that's all we needed. I suppose I could have led to something the size of that bust. There, done. Have you ever lifted up the bust before? No, never actually lifted up with my own two hands. Well, I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this. Money? That crazy monkey has lifted Max's bust before. Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dingling. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. That even lends more credence to my theory. It's what I've been doing to keep in shape. Well, honestly, I've given up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope. You don't say. But, no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything. Yeah, Phoenix couldn't climb a few flights of stairs. Neither am I, Mr. Phoenix wrote. I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke. I mean, Nick. Oh, how did the discussion turn to me all of a sudden? Suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the average bear. However, lifting the bus and looking out of the window would have been impossible. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. Yet you won't be returning to tightroping, you'd be in jail, walking the showers and dropping soap. Dar. He can't walk. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. So he couldn't have thrown that bus out of the window. No, he could have, he just couldn't have leaned out. No way could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. How long do you think your recovery will take? You have to remember that my nerves were severely damaged. Currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation. It's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, he would not be able to see out below the window. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window. Thus, there's no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick, huh? What if you turned things around? Maybe you think of sort of like this. If you knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. That does make sense. Like it proves somehow. Did their location? Hit the box. Or explain things efficiently. Present. Got it right. Music stopped. Acheron, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of the time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I mean. You're silly hinting at things as pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. But I did such a good job. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over? The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box there? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there'd be no way that it would miss the head of the victim? No. Order. This is unbelievable. Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now we just got to keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Backward! So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright. The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed. Had the most peculiar feature. The weight. The weight was specific. The box has a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down and lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. Lift the box, you have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. He wasn't decapitated, he was just hit in the head. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. It would probably cave in the skull, but if the head wasn't already in the ground, you have to account for like, deflection. That bus hitting you and drop would do a lot of damage. Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? I remember. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I cannot possibly leave a lodging house by myself. That means you understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room? Money. This is what I was trying to say. So this is what I thought... This is why I was saying that money was the accomplice. Because of this whole thing. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Tell exactly how the witness could have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yeah, we definitely have a problem here. There's no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? A monkey? Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. People in wheelchairs can go outside. They can. What they're saying is that he couldn't get out because his room is on the, I want to say, second floor. In how we say it in the free world, the second floor. Because he couldn't get down the stairs by himself. He couldn't leave. And he had to be above the point to drop it. So he had to get someone else to bring it up. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist's ring? So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? It was his room originally, but as Colster was saying before, for some reason they didn't move him out of the room to, like, the ground floor. Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room? But the bus was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. Ooh, burn. Well, there's some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Gua! Shots fired. Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? Be easy for him to bring the bust back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for new rooms. Order, order. I said order. Miss Von Karma. Where is the bust in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. Is it that the monkey had not stolen the bust? What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. You mean this bust was the murder weapon purely by accident? This guy seems nice. Let him get away with murder. It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron. Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water, there's no denying that. Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And what is that? You should know. Got that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. Except for the fact that he was lying, then we know it. Because you told him to lie. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. Like some sort of turnabout? One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Save. Who was the murderer the clown saw? The statue. He saw Max's... Oh! He asked who was the other person most saw on the scene. Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. He didn't actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. They're cornered now. I know it's not technically cornered, but cornered. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? Instead of what he saw was wearing a cloak. I like the fact they added a lot more objections back and forth. I love the back and forth objections. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off the cards in the bust's hands. Idiot, who in the right mind would put a cloak on a bust? Doesn't matter, put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That quest is of utmost importance in this case, don't you agree? Nope, he got me. I'm safe scumming, I don't care. Let's have at it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? He was wearing the cloak. There's no cloak on him now. Did the cloak snag on the bust when it fell? Fool, him? Russellberry? That's what I'm saying. He, I mean, the victim himself, placed the cloak on the bust. Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. That will be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright. Explain yourself, table smash. Nick, do you already have a handle on all this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint, anyways. Alright, so you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Akko used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the sea. How he detached the rope, we have no idea. Dangled the bus out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. Had factory accepted spirit medium that could answer this. But that still wouldn't give us any more information, would it? Because it would only give us it would only confirm that it was Russellberry wearing the clothes, going to the scene. That's all it would do. Scrollock, how are you doing? I'm glad to see you here. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house. How are you doing, Scroll? Plays all lawyers with mediums. By none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Akro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim, you wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true, it can't be. It's a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. What? This is so convoluted. It's the third case syndrome. The impact of the bust and the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls the Clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Akro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with a cloak dangling on it, primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window, so he just kept pulling the bust up. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. I like the fact that it used like the circus drum percussion instrument thing, I don't know. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you. Time can fly. and murdered the dude. Just murderous clown. He's not saying anything. Acker's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has, but he has come to the end of his rope now. So, what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? The judge is like, evidence? In my court? Surely you can't be serious. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. But only the first game had 3 days of trials. Do the rest of the games only have 2 days of trials? Don't get the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I'd like to explain how there can only be one possible murder method. But there's still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get out of this jam. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Comes to the court that backs your claims. Save scumming. I want hard proof that you've unraveled the trick to this magic case. Hard proof? Hard proof. You don't need therapy for that. That's fine. Is it this? Fuck. Load. But hard proof that you unravel the trick. Franzi is just that. Franzi. It depends how they wouldn't unraveled the trick. Unraveled the trick. Unraveled the trick. Unraveled the trick. Is it this photo? No, wasn't it. She's better drawer than the other characters. Sharper resolution or something. It's a trick with a lion and pepper. Okay, what am I missing? I have to prove that he could have done it. This isn't the motive just yet. It's much quicker to load than the original game on the 3DS trilogy. They shot the goddamn... Did you surely realize that now? Yeah, they shot the lion 6 months ago. The lion's long dead. Unraveled the trick. Nope. You shoot the lion for being a lion. The lion gave Bash brain damage and damaged Acro's nerves, so it's, you know, kind of like when a dog bites someone. Save Scum Birdman, yeah. And one save file, and I need to go back to the title screen to load. Oh damn. What am I missing? Hard proof that you've unraveled the trick to this magic case. Nope, that wasn't it. Pastry Trilogy doesn't have a text log, does it? Hash? You're right. I was thinking the picture, because the picture didn't like showed that there was no cloak, even though he left with the cloak. But You're right. Problem is Max's three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. The symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were two contradictions in Noel's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. May want to wait to find out you're actually wrong. Yeah, so what happened... Yeah, so, the beginning being different multiple times. Like people just doing the dot 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 for me, that was a case of, yep, I was wrong. What was the answer? The answer was the hat. But the theory just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool, do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There was only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's. That makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Music doesn't always stop immediately even when you're right. I know, but it's a good enough indicator. Fine, you've got one. What about the other contradiction? Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. Are we doing a Titanic flute for poor old Russell Berry? I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Of course, I can explain all of it. Oh, what was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. Maybe right at some point, but it doesn't stop immediately. No, for me and my sick brain. You need to get some rest, Fat Viking. I appreciate you being here, but your health is more important. Take care, Fat Viking. Glad for coming by. Came as fast as I could. Is the line okay? Tell me the line is okay. Well, there's the thing of the lion. Is that a flute a default in Blurp or one of those extensions? I've heard in a few channels. It's a very common thing. I have it just on a channel point redeem. What did you miss? We're currently trying to prove that Acro did it. The cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust. So yeah, Ryan, what you missed is there's an acrobat who has damaged nerves to both his legs, was in a wheelchair, and for some reason his room was up on the third floor, well, second floor, and he can't get out of the lodging building without someone to help him. And we're accusing him of dropping a bust onto the ringmaster's head. White rose would end up on the back of the bust. Ah! Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the backside of the bust. Order, order. This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Back up on wires. Well, is that he dropped it down on the rope and just pulled it back up. Let's do this, Nick. And maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Of course she fucking won't. Well, so much for that theory. Yeah, he's ripped. Yeah, basically it's, how did he do it? Because he's fucking ripped. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Yeah, but we already have the motive. The motive's clear. He wanted to kill Regina, but, because Regina's a fucking airhead, the ringmaster went instead. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear... Oh yeah, also, by the way, So this note, which says, to the murderer, you haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago, have you? I have conclusive evidence of what took place, maybe at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. And that was put into her pocket by Acro. But she had no idea what the fuck it meant. So she posted it on the board. He took it, and then he showed up. The lion was killed 6 months ago, but the lion bit down on Acro's brother's head, putting him into a coma. And when Acro went in to try and help his brother, he got attacked by the lion and got damage to his legs. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubt that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. This case isn't over yet. Very well, however, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I'll listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. 10-minute recess. To be continued. Why does the Magatama not work in trial? I say we push to finish this trial. Actually, how long does it take after this point? Because in 5 minutes is my usual ending time. Now there is another case after this, so I can just hop on to it. Someone who's already seen it, you figure an hour left in this case. Fuck no, I'm going to bed. I'm having a shower, I'm going to bed. An hour? God, right. Well, there's another case after this anyway. 45 minutes. Oh, there's a hell of a case. Yeah. So, in that case, we'll be ending the stream. Let's see if anyone's online that I can raid. Not there. If anyone playing Phoenix Wright. The first Phoenix Wright. Let's see. Who is this person? And there we go. Let's fucking raid this person. Twitch raid. Paste. There we go. Thank you, one and all, for joining me. What day is today? Today's Saturday. No stream tomorrow. Stream Monday, though. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you then.